Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Like that. What up, y'all? What the fuck is going on? We are back. Unapologetic, the podcast. Dre, Reg. We missed y'all last week. We had things going on, of course, but as always, you know, when we come back, we're gonna deliver. But it is what it is. We back. I mean, there ain't no explanation. We just missed the week, and it is what it is. But you know, we apologize because there are people that look forward to listen to us Saturday mornings, and I appreciate that. You know, that people do look forward to listen to us, and we kind of like it's like a routine for some people. So you know, I do appreciate that. So to those people, I apologize too, because you know
that mean we doing something right somewhere.
Absolutely. But on to other news, man. What's good with you? What's happening?
Dog, I'm cooling, man. Different toilet, same shit with me, bro. You know, so far, what is it? We at the midpoint in the week already, man.
Sure.
You know, things kind of ramping up at work for obvious reasons for me. But you know, it is what it is. You know, just been kind of cooling out, man. Definitely paying close attention to the sports world, which I know we'll get into momentarily, dog. That's pretty much it on my end, man. You know what I'm saying? Get the temperature dropping. So shit, definitely going to the closets and pulling out coats and sweatshirts and you know.
Yeah, and it dropped quick too. I like out of nowhere. Like I was saying when we was talking earlier, like I was I kind of I went out to, you know, hang out with a friend, and I looked because I was like, you know, I think Friday night I had did something, so I was like, you know, it felt like it was getting a little like it wasn't like in the high 70s. I was like, all right, so I checked it out. It was like, you know, 50 something. So I was like, all right, let me put on some sleeves just to make sure. And nigga, we was on the rooftop like having drinks and shit. Nigga, when I tell you the sleeves I put on didn't help because the wind and shit, I was like, fuck. So I was like, yeah, and I officially had to turn the heat on that night when I got home. Like it, like, cause I used to keep my shit, you know, I keep the AC on like 68. I just like to be in here nice and chill, but that night I ain't need no AC on. I need to put the heat on because the temperature dropped lower than that. So I was like, fuck. But yeah, and it hit me out of nowhere. I've been sniffling and like kind of congested here and there. So I definitely gotta get this vitamin C back. Can't be walking around with no damn cold and sneezing and all the other shit, man.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Too grown to be walk around with a runny nose, nigga.
Goddamn Roscoe, nigga.
A Martin reference for y'all that don't know.
Goddamn Roscoe. Damn. I seen your man had boogers in his nose.
Yeah. God knows, nigga. Yeah, can't be walking around there and damn snot rag in your pocket and shit, man. Too grown for that. Dog, the Aces is whooping on the Liberty ass right now.
Really?
But yeah, they jumping on. But for me, not a lot going on, man. I'm trying to do this notary thing. I started my LLC. I'm looking at probably doing a business account sometime probably next week, man. I've been paying this shit for the last couple of days and I ain't even started it, but I've done everything else so far. I just gotta get some other shit started. But yeah, man, just hanging out, man, trying to stay out the way, and just like I said last week, trying to stay away from goofy shit and goofy ass people, and just keep my energy like just right, man, because I feel like I give energy to motherfuckers that don't deserve that shit, and just it's a lot of antagonists out here, I feel like. So, but on another note, dog, just real quick, man, I got this cup, but it's like I don't know what the material is, but like it got like that rubber smell to it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is, man. I don't like that shit. I can't throw away the drink though. So I don't know. Maybe it's dishwasher safe. So maybe it need to be washed a couple more times just to get that, whatever it is. But yeah.
Or I can put you in good company with a nice mug, bro. That's gonna motherfucking keep your shit cold, nigga, for hours. My Nomad's joint.
Okay.
I can hook you up, dog. That Nomad's cup still holds strong. That thing is amazing.
Well, yeah, that's great. Listen, I can always use another 49 one. Yeah, but
I thought I lost off the top, nigga. I about lost my damn mind.
Outside of that, man, not much. Yeah, just planning to like I said, make this probably East Coast trip, man, up to see everybody, see y'all up that way. Go see my baby at VCU, see my my daughter Passion in New York, and I really can't wait to see Luna, man. That's my heart right there. That's my girl. Don't nobody like that shit. She done replaced everybody. But that's
well, I saw that. Fuck with a pop.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I mean, but yeah, man, we good. Fuck it. I don't know where we at, man. Sports.
Let's get into it.
What do we have? We just gonna talk Tar Heel football, and then we can jump to the pros. We manhandled Syracuse last week. We the week before we took care of Pittsburgh. We didn't get to talk about that because we didn't pod, but yeah, Syracuse. Well, Pittsburgh off week. Then Syracuse, yeah.
Yeah. Look, man, the way I see it is, we are clicking on all cylinders, man. Shout out to Tez Williams for being back on the field. That was major, and not only for he and his family, but from a fan standpoint, for our offense as a whole. Because he opened up a shit ton on Saturday, and we knew that he would. We knew that he would, and I think every week we're gonna get tested. Every week from here on out, it's gonna be outside of playing Campbell. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
Every week there's going to be a question mark. You know what I'm saying? And I think with Pitt and with Syracuse, we answered the door, man. Motherfuckers had questions, and we answered all of them. We answered them convincingly. That's what I like, because we talked prior to the Pittsburgh game and during the Pittsburgh game, and I know you were nervous for one, and I was just and I told you, I reassured you, had to give you a little reassurance, like, hey man, just let them settle, let them do what they need to do.
That was the Pitt game, right?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, just let them, like, Pitt. We know Pitt is a bulldog bunch. They're not gonna. They come out blazing. You know what I mean? They come out guns blazing, but we'll wear them down. And that's exactly. And then going into the Syracuse game, I mean, shit, surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah, it did.
Surprised me. But either way, we got a defense that will stop you. We have a defensive line that will get back there and cause some disruption. I mean, they only had one sack last week. That's fine. We saw them against South Carolina, and they had 9 sacks or some shit like that. Like, we realistically, we knew that wasn't going to be something that we could uphold. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But they are disrupting the quarterback. You know what I mean? They're causing a little chaos back there, and that's all you can ask for, because we have some DBs that are better than what I expected for them to be.
You're absolutely right.
We have a secondary that's hungry. We have a secondary with some dogs back there that's gonna play that ball, and that's gonna put a hat on that ball, and that's the key. So I mean, without talking too much, I'm impressed with where we are, man. Miami is a big test. This is going to be the most talented team we've seen to date. Supposedly, that's what they say.
Right.
So, and I'm no disrespect to Miami, but I'm just saying, I heard it against South Carolina, I heard it against Pittsburgh, and I heard it against motherfucking Syracuse, and I heard that we weren't tough enough against Minnesota.
Imagine
that. Yeah, right. So I'm thinking. So every week it's going to be, regardless of what Vegas says, it's going to be some doubt, and every time we stood up. So I expect nothing more or nothing less this weekend, dog. It's gonna be a nail biter, I believe. I think it'll be a good game.
Right. Yeah. The one thing about it, I think every week I've been saying that this is the most complete game we played. I feel like I said that every week. And so for me, that's a good thing, because that means we're getting better every week. And it's definitely the same. That saying is definitely true with the Syracuse game. And we knew about, our front line on defense, that they, they can cause havoc. I think for both of us, our big question marks was with the secondary.
Yeah, because we knew. Yeah, because we knew what Cedric Gray and Power Echols was going to bring with the linebacker. We knew
but that motherfucker Huzzy is playing ball. That's
East Tennessee State or some shit.
I believe so. From he from where? LaGrange, Georgia, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of our best, right now, outside of what we know Tez can do. He probably one of our best pickups, because that's what we was hurting the most.
Well, as of right now, he is the best.
Yeah.
Pickup.
Yeah. Out of the court. Right. Because that motherfucker's playing. But he's damn near like a ball hawk right now. That's what he's looking like. Everywhere, making plays, tackling, locking people up. Yeah. What's his name? Elijah Huzzy or something like that? Something like that.
He has a very tough test because this week, because Van Dyke's the quarterback for Miami, his go-to plays slot, and majority of Huzzy's snaps are at slot or at nickel. Yeah. So he has a very, very, very hard task on his hands. We're gonna see. Right. I got faith in him, but we're gonna see.
Yeah, I got faith in him too. I feel like Tez is gonna have Tez didn't have a bad game. 6 catches for 45 yards or something like that. I mean, decent work, for first game back. Yeah, he could have had more. But Drake hit other receivers. I mean, there's a point in time to where it was 2 or 3 different receivers open. But
what about McCullum having a quiet 135?
Right,
very quiet.
Yeah, quiet, because I ain't even know the 135. But yeah, quiet.
He was the receiver of the week in the ACC. That's scary.
Tells you a lot.
For other teams, that's scary.
Right. It is. Tells you a lot. We're favored to win. I think we're gonna win. I believe we're gonna win. I'm not drinking the Miami Kool-Aid. Even how much you know about the Georgia Tech game? You saw what happened?
I did.
I don't think the game should have been that close. I would have thought that they would have smoke. Yeah, handle business against Georgia Tech. But that just shows me that, to me, Miami is not as good as what the billing is. And in college football, like I know, one game could damn near fuck your whole season up.
Well, the way it looks now, they're cooked.
They are cooked, because guess what? You can't lose that game like that to Georgia Tech, then come to Carolina, a good Carolina team that you are favored to lose against. Because guess what? You lose that Carolina game, you are definitely smoked meat. So
2 L's.
Yeah, we talking about a dangerous Carolina team. So
I like that word, dangerous. I like that word. A dangerous team.
Right.
A hungry team.
Yeah, that too.
A hungry team who is not forgetting that, they were 9-1 and went on a 4-game skid.
Yeah. Not forgetting that. And then they told us that we was gonna come in 4th place, 5th place in the ACC this year.
Yeah.
Well, not in the ACC, in that conference.
Yeah.
That's what they told us.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think again, we're hungry. We're definitely dangerous. I feel like Drake has found his rhythm. I feel like coming in. I mean, bro, we got weapons everywhere.
Yeah.
Realistically, we are loaded.
Right. The running back core that is deep, receiving core that is deep.
It's crazy.
My only problem is Drake has got to stop taking the hits that he takes.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
He's got to learn how to slide sometime here and there. I understand.
I seen one slide Saturday.
Yeah, you're right. He did, and it was ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly. But he has got to slide. Like that's my only issue, because we don't know what the fuck we got behind Drake. We don't know what we had last year behind Drake.
Well, we got a young boy from Arkansas. And he's more of a running quarterback.
We don't know what that motherfucker gonna do with but so.
However, one of the quarterbacks from IMG, class of 2024, he just committed. I don't know how good he is, but we'll see.
Yeah. So that's my only issue. With what we got going on. Drake has just he got to slide. He take unnecessary hits. Hey, how about that fucking punter?
Oh, shit.
Putting his body on the line.
Did you see his face mask afterwards?
Yeah. Let me give it up for the punter. He put his body on the line, dog. Block punt. He picked it up, took off for the first down, and took a brutal hit.
We took off from there though.
Yeah, we did. We took off from there.
Man, they show that man face man.
That shit was brutal hit. But yeah, hey, listen, shout out to the Tar Heels, man. The basketball team is about to get started. I can't wait for that, man, to just have, both sports, being able to watch a football game and then a basketball game, because, these weeks are about to be full now. Not only do we got Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to have like sports throughout, anytime you want to turn some shit on, watch a sports game. So, it's there. So NBA starting too. So, I'm happy. I'm thoroughly pleased with all this shit being back, being able to watch some sports, man. No complaints.
Dog, I watched a good game last night between Coastal Carolina and App State.
Oh, really?
A damn game. Damn good. Coastal Carolina won on a walk-off field goal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, a damn good game.
People don't understand that. Just like, it ain't like you like sports, you like sports. It ain't necessarily got to be a team. You just want to turn on some shit and watch it. Motherfuckers be like, damn, the Tar Heels, like, I know the Tar Heels don't play this much. I'm like, no, they don't. But I just like sports, like to watch sports. It don't matter. I sit here, probably Saturday and Sunday, between Saturday and Sunday, I'll probably watch at least a good 10, 11, 12 games, because I'm watching whatever games come on at 12 o'clock. I'm probably watching 2 different games at 12 o'clock. Game here, like 2 different things. Whatever game come on at 4. The late night game. Sunday the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's a Monday, you're watching the Monday game, you're watching the Thursday game. So through a given football weekend, because the football weekend starts on damn Thursday, like I would watch at least 8, 9 games, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they don't understand that. Ladies, y'all gotta give us that space.
Well, they're not gonna. Well,
They're not.
For the lady listeners, they're gonna skip over this. So
They are. I do want to talk about one day just the camaraderie, like far as in men, even from early age, like just when we're boys, what sports does for us. And I think like boys need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that just bonding with other males through sports from a young age, like that's a part. I think that's a major part of like our development, like having bonds with other men, conversations, whether you like them or you don't like them. I mean, I think that shit is major and that shit is important.
100%.
Not saying that you should push sports on your son, but I think you should at least like try to get them active in something, whether it's soccer, baseball, football, but something. Just that sports aspect for us is like I said, is major.
100%.
Amazing. But we'll talk about it one day. We'll definitely talk about it one day. Your Panthers.
I feel like you punched me in the gut. Let's get into them. Listen, this is the thing about it, bro. I'm not gonna blame everything on Bryce. I won't. I have my thoughts about Bryce. Coming into it, considering the type of whole line that we had and the type of players that we had, I think the better fit would have been C.J. Stroud. I thought that's who we were going to get, but we did. We don't have a very good roster right now.
Right.
And the GM doesn't want to go into saying we're in rebuilding. We're in a rebuilding stage, but
the fuck are y'all in?
Hey, who the fuck? Hey,
you got eyes like I got eyes.
Stevie Wonder could goddamn see we rebuilding.
Yeah.
But I'm like at the end of the day, like me, I'm not a fair weather fan. I'm gonna ride with him.
Absolutely.
I think honestly, the biggest thing, and I hate to say this, but I think we need to trade Brian Burns and get back into the first round.
Oh, really? You know what? I didn't think I would hear you say that.
It's the truth. I think so, because I think we need to get as high as we can. If honestly, I don't know how we get into the number, like the top 5. I don't know how we do it, but we need a Marvin Harrison Jr.
I saw the rumors. I saw someone saying that, but I was like, I don't like what else can you do besides trading Brian Burns?
You have to. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like you have to, because you don't want to pay him the money. You don't want to pay him the money. You don't, because you're playing with him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thought that once Bosa signed, that his contract would come, and it did not. And that comes to saying like, hey, who he is as a ball player. He can play. Man, the man is nice. But at the end of the day, in order to we have to form an identity, and we don't have an identity right now.
True.
And if you're telling me that I have to buy into Bryce Young, then that's our identity. He's going to push the lever on our identity. In order for him to do that, he needs help.
Yeah, you got to put him in the right position, which is help. Yeah, got to put him in the right position as much as possible. So all the reports and rumors that's coming out they're talking about that all week they've been, from what I've been seeing on Twitter, which is X now, of course, is that C.J. Stroud was y'all guy, and your GM or your owner said, no, we're going Bryce Young. Frank Wright wanted CJ.
Yes, he did.
Everybody had CJ pinned, like the organization, like CJ was the guy. They're showing videos as like they was talking to CJ. It was like, hey, well, we're gonna make sure you got plenty of places to go out and eat and play basketball. When you get to Carolina, when you get to Charlotte, blah 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 blah. They got videos of them talking to him like that. And
Josh McCown, the quarterback coach, saying like, when you get to Charlotte, I play 1-on-1.
Yeah. And everybody was vetoed by Mr. Tepper. So I think it's too early to tell because you never know. But who knows? How things might end. But right now it's looking like. I do think CJ has a little more weapons to work with. But
does he? Does he though?
A little more. Well,
does he though?
They might be along this.
They're younger.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Thielen has never been. But I think it starts with the offensive line too.
Oof.
The offensive line is terrible. And so I'll agree with you. Bryce is going to need if you're going to go with Bryce, you have to build a team around him, and the offensive line has got to keep him upright. Got to protect him. If he's scrambling for his life, every time he turn around, he got to get away from somebody. Is not going to be conducive to his development.
Man, that man running for his damn life.
Right, he is. Same thing with Sam Howell too. Off another note, Sam Howell's playing good ball, but Sam Howell is damn on track to be one of being sacked the most in a season right now.
Right, how you expect him to get the ball down the field when he got damn hip tossing motherfuckers on before he throw it?
And look at the weapons he got at receiver.
Boy, got some dogs at receiver.
Yeah. And look at who this third receiver is, Diami. That tells you something. So so your third receiver is Diami Brown. You got some. But back to Bryce. The Panthers in general. Honestly, I kind of felt like they were going to be in the race for
me too
for the NFC South, but
me too.
It ain't looking like it.
Not a fucking chance.
I think them Marvin Harrison Jr. Would be a great pickup addition for them. How can they get that pick? I don't know. Not just Marvin Harrison Jr. If they can fuck around and get Brock Bowers,
I love it.
Yeah, I think they can do a lot worse.
We got to get in the top 10 to get somebody like that.
Yeah,
we got it. We got to get in the first round first.
Right.
We have to get in the
y'all
first
don't have
round.
A first round pick? Oh yeah, y'all gave it away. Oh.
That's why they saying the Bears are going to be able to get Caleb Williams if he comes out and Marvin Harrison Jr. We don't even have a first round pick right now because we gave it up for Bryce.
Y'all didn't get a first round pick for fucking CMC. All right, let's move on because I don't want to depress you. I don't want to depress y'all. And then DJ Moore goes out and scores 3 touchdowns, 180 yards. The week before he had 6 catches for 2 something. Oh man. But I mean, honestly, theoretically, if y'all would have kept DJ Moore, what would y'all have on the field this year? Who's backup? Y'all got Andy Dalton. And y'all have Andy Dalton throwing to DJ Moore.
Right. I understand the move. I do. I understand the move. As a fan, do I like it now because of the problems that we have at receiver? No. But from a front office standpoint, I understand the move. Because at the time, you're thinking, are you going to give him up or are you going to give up Brian Burns? Well, now, at the time, it's like, well, okay, DJ can go.
Right.
But now you fucking around with Brian Burns and not giving him his money. So it's like all for nothing.
And even just to go back to the blocking, even a guy like Miles Sanders can't be who he was because, he's dodging motherfuckers as soon as he get the ball. But I mean, even his production, I mean, that's another story for another day. 49ers, Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I came away from that game is Dallas ain't who they were saying Dallas was. I felt like we knew who San Francisco was. I felt like we thought we knew who Dallas was. I feel like we know who Philly is. As of right now, we know who Philly is. We know who San Francisco is. Dallas ain't who we thought they was. They didn't like it. It's a level that San Francisco, Philly, you could say Miami is on, and Dallas ain't on that level.
No.
And that was evident.
Dallas got a Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
He is who we thought he was.
But how did that defense look to you?
The defense looked shitty, but also too, I'll be honest to say, you guys, your 49ers, there's no reason why y'all shouldn't be considered the best team in the league.
Okay.
You're definitely the most talented. Offensively for sure. You're the best team. You're the best. You motherfuckers are the best, bro. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, they can put you back there under center, bitch.
I'm going to get 3 yards of carry. I get 3, at least 3.
hey, run Debo and CMC on goddamn bubble screens, jet screens all game. Y'all got a chance.
Okay.
But that's just how good, your offense is, man. Your defense is playing lights out as well. I feel like I'm not going to take anything away from Dallas because I feel like they'll still go into the NFC East and they'll still compete and they'll probably still win it.
Right. You think they're going to win over Philly?
Well, no, not over Philly. Not over Philly. You're right. So they'll come in second place. And I think the way that their schedule is set up, they will probably still get a wild card.
Okay, yeah.
I think they would probably still get a wild card. I don't see them losing to anybody but Philly in the NFC East. I don't think that the Commanders can beat them. I feel like they would never beat the Eagles. I feel like who else is in that division? The Giants. Yeah. So and the Giants they're not gonna lose to the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right. So coming out of it, I feel like they'll get a wild card. They'll get a wild card.
The one thing that really stood out for me is the level of physicality.
For sure.
From the first play of the game where who was it? Tony Pollard, Warner slammed him out of bounds. Like San Francisco was hitting. They was hitting. I felt like they was the most physical team. The game plan, whatever game plan they designed to slow Micah down was excellent. Micah, you used to seeing Micah in quarterbacks' faces,
flying around.
Yeah, flying around. And the one thing about him that I'll say that's different, because as good as Bosa is, I would say Micah is better, because Bosa is playing one side. You're gonna put Bosa is a left end. Micah, they're lining him up all over the place. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen Bosa on the right end. We haven't seen Bosa as a D tackle. Yeah, Micah's hybrid. So I think that's the one thing different. But and they line him up everywhere. And shout out to fucking Trent Williams, because that motherfucker, kept Micah at bay, kept him,
Yes, he
and
did.
Purdy has won me over, dog.
Okay.
Purdy has won me over. A lot of passes he made that game. He looked good. He looked good.
Personally, I was never against Brock Purdy. You know, I'm a big fan of college football, and
Yeah.
I saw what he did when he was in college. And Brock Purdy was not a bad quarterback in college.
I wasn't never against him, but the thing for me is, the second year tells a lot for me because that's when they got the most game footage on you. The game, they know your tendencies. They know this. Okay, we can game plan. I'm always one that say, when that backup quarterback come in, he got an advantage because no one game planned for this backup quarterback.
Agree.
So he went on a hell of a run last year, and it was surprising. But this year he don't look like a second year player right now. He looks poised. He looks
he's command of offense.
Yeah, like he's under control. And he didn't even play the whole season last year. He came in because Trey Lance got hurt the first game. Garoppolo came in, played like 4 or 5 games, and then he got injured. Then Purdy came in, but Purdy looked like the real deal.
Right.
He don't make a lot of mistakes. And I mean, we haven't seen him have to play from behind, come back. So we don't know what that looked like. But he won me over. Not that I was against him. I was still like the jury was out because I just don't know. But we still gotta see him against a Philly, and fortunately, we don't play Philly unless we meet him in the playoffs. We saw that shit look last year, which wasn't that good. But I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, for that game showed me who Dallas wasn't more than it showed me who we was.
No, I agree.
And I think Dallas is gonna have trouble against the Chargers this week, to be honest with you.
I think so too.
I think they're gonna listen. Khalil Mack looks like he is he looking like the Khalil Mack
shit.
that was in LA. That was a Raider.
Shit.
So I would not be surprised if Dallas lost to the Chargers this week.
Me neither.
We'll see. But yeah, man, listen. Hopefully this is the year for us again. We do the thing. I'm looking for me a Deebo Samuels. I'm debating. I haven't bought a New Jersey yet because I'm debating between Deebo and CMC.
You can't go wrong, man.
Yeah, you can't. I
don't know. Fuck around MVP this year, cuz.
Yeah, I don't know which one I want, but
man, you know how bitter. Oh my God.
The thing about it is like that. I'm wondering, like that. Just I don't know what it was, but my problem with CMC coming to us, I was just like, how much of him are we going to get? Like, how healthy is he going to be? Because he was injured a lot in Carolina. So I'm like, is he going to play a full season? Is he going to play half a season? Is he going to miss a whole season? Like, I don't know. And so far, since he's walked into Santa Clara, he has not missed a game.
Bro,
he scored a touchdown every game. He's since he's been there.
The reality of it is that of course you're gonna stay hurt when the opposing defense can put, you know what I'm saying, they can put 9 motherfuckers in the box because they know where the ball is going. You can't do that on San Francisco. You have to account for the tight end. You have to account for the hybrid fullback. You got to account for Deebo. You got to account for Ayuk. You got to account for these motherfuckers, bro.
And Juwan Jennings, like
you have to account
Ray
for
McLeod.
You have to account for these motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, dog.
You cannot.
That motherfucker from not Clemson, but he had a touchdown against the Giants. What's his name? Let me go back. He had a touchdown against the Giants. I can't remember his name. Wide receiver. I know you know who I'm talking about too. What week we played the Giants? Was it the third week? Yeah. What was his name? That's a damn shame. I'm forgetting the motherfucking name. Ronnie Bell.
Ronnie Bell.
From Michigan. Wide receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, even him playing big minutes. He's a threat. But yeah, listen, I don't got that much more for sports, man. Not unless you do.
Right.
I'm preseason NBA started. Not much to talk about. We can get into that once the boys really get to it. Basketball is about to kick off. We got the late night with the Tar Heels this week. I might attend. I'm gonna try. Well, being I don't got shit to do, I think I might be there in preparation for Miami game that we will be in attendance.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Do it.
I really it's not much to say about this war, but for everybody that's involved, and for the Americans that are over there, we do want to send our well wishes, and hopefully everything works out in the favor. One thing that always intrigues me is when there's a sign of war and things that are going on when you are living in these other countries, the idea of I'm going to stay versus let me get the fuck out of here and get back. That always intrigues me, because me, for one, we can go back to the Brittany Griner shit. Like, listen, and maybe that's just the soldier in me. Like, I don't want to be a part of none of this shit. If it's some shit that's about to pop off, hey, if I got to spend every last dollar I got to get a plane ticket the fuck out of here, nigga, I'm gone. If I got to go to the next country over, like, but we have humanitarians and everything. So, people take a lot of that shit serious. And, unfortunately, they find themselves in a situation that a lot of the Americans that are over there are in right now, as far as in being hostages and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the best works out for everybody. I know there's not much you can say on it and that you want to, but moving on. Carlee Russell. I don't know if you saw that. You saw it?
I did.
Sheesh.
I did.
Hey,
listen to her.
She's facing a year in jail.
6
months for each charge. She was charged with two charges. She had 2 charges of misdemeanor related kidnapping hoax charges. So that equals up to a year for each. Well, 6 months for each charge, which equals up to a year. And then a fine of $831, and then restitution in the amount of $17,974 for just the state and the resources they use to I guess follow up on this hoax. But I guess she's appealing, which is kind of a is it a slap in the face? I guess you have to appeal. Regardless of anything, you're going to appeal. Just see, even if you're in the wrong, you're going to appeal to see if you can lessen your sentence. Even if you are guilty, you're going to appeal to lessen your sentence. Because no one wants to pay, $17,000. So I'm going to say, hey, let me appeal this shit and see if, I don't want to do a year in jail. Let me appeal to see if I can get this shit knocked down to two months or time, whatever. But right or wrong?
No, agreed. You're going to have an appeal. Listen, man, she had the whole world in the motherfucking figure 4 leg lock. With us thinking that, this woman was abducted by, you know, some truckers or anybody, some Klansmen or whatever the fuck,
Right.
only for her to be on some psycho shit. So, you know, like let's just call it what it is. So, you know, I'm not a fan of the phrase paying your debt to society. I'm not a fan of that.
Okay.
However, justice does need to be served. And if you break the law, you break the law.
Right. I'm with you 100%. I mean, and the why, like, we still don't know the why.
Yeah, I know the why.
I mean, well, you know, we can go off of what everyone's saying, you know, she want to make this boyfriend or whatever else, but like what the fuck was you thinking? And I guess she probably will never testify to that or say it, but like,
of course not.
Yeah. So like, and then at that, it probably still won't even make sense to us. So like, you know, it's hard enough for Black women, and we said this, you know, on, you know, when this shit happened. It's hard enough for Black women to get, you know, the recognition or even people to care about, you know, when things happen, or missing Black girls, missing Black kids in general, you know, and the one time that they do, this shit is a hoax, you know. But y'all listen, conspiracy theorist Reg, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did she come up with this by herself, or is like when has the U.S. ever cared about a missing Black woman?
Wow.
And then the one time that it does happen, it happens to be a hoax.
Oh, I see where you're going. Dog, honestly, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't.
like,
I see where you're going with that. I'm really not much of the conspiracy theorist myself.
Me neither. But
I get it. I just.
What makes Carlee Russell different than the next Black woman that they cared enough for all that to happen? It's just something to think about. Like, you ain't got the answer. I don't have the answer, but it's intriguing to think about. Like, you know, what makes her different than any other Black girl that was missing, and all of a sudden it's nationwide care about this woman.
Why was this on the forefront?
And then it happened to be a hoax.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel you. I hear what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down, man.
It's interesting. I don't have no answers. I mean, I know you don't, but it's just, I mean, listen, along with a million other shits that we would never have an answer to or never know, like, it just, like, when you think about it, it's just like, what? Like, this shit just don't make sense. Like, you could like Google right now missing Black women and come up like with a database that'll probably show you thousands and thousands of Black women that you've never heard about.
For sure.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the like you. I'm not the conspiracy theorist type, but that just came to my mind. Like all of a sudden, but you know, you hear about this a lot of, like, all the time. Like, a lot of this shit is government based. Like, there's things that, you know, the government has manufactured for it to look this way, and such were killed because of this, and blah, 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 blah. Martin Luther King was killed because of XYZ. JFK was killed because of XYZ, and all this shit is like has to do with the government, but made it look like some other shit. So, I mean, who knows? That's like some X-Files shit for real. But last time we recorded, we talked about B.Renner and the shock and the outrage about her having 35 bodies, which of course we both agreed that 35 wasn't nothing compared to, you know, her age and, you know, whatever. So the real outrage should have been well, before I get into that, I didn't believe the 35 anyway. I didn't believe it. I mean, If it is 35, it is. But I just don't believe it.
Okay.
Because I don't even honestly, we played around with the over under, but I don't know my real count. I don't know my real count, but I know where it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know it ain't lower than this, and I know it ain't higher than this. Like I know, but so the real outrage should have been I think within that podcast, she said that she had sex with 3 men in a 24-hour time frame, and what did she say? She said she had got a yeast infection or something like that.
Yep, that's what she said. Listen, so
that's more news to me than the 35 bodies.
Well, it is more. It is. I hear you. However, like, I hear plenty of women say that they go through their quote unquote whole phase.
I believe it, and I'm not mad at it.
Right.
I want you to go through that whole phase.
Right. Get smutted out so you can understand.
Slut. yeah.
Motherfucking slut life. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you can figure out what it is that you want, and let's just be real. What is she, 31?
I believe so.
Yeah, she's a young woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's a young woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to the Club Shay Shay pod in its entirety.
Okay.
And it really showed me she was really vulnerable on there, and it really showed me based on her behavior and some of the way that she was answering the questions that Shannon Sharp asked her. Is she a grown woman? Yes, but is she a young woman? Absolutely.
Right.
That's trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
She's no different. She's no different from the next woman that you know or may not know. That you be like, why are you doing this? Or how did you fall for this? Or how did you fall for that? She's no different from these people. She's no different.
Right. Okay.
That's what I gathered from the podcast. Did you listen to it?
No.
You should take a listen.
Okay.
And that's what I gathered. She's a young woman
mm-hmm.
who's a hopeless romantic.
Mm.
Much like a lot of young women. This is the one. Like you think about how many young women that you know, how many young women that you knew, or I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to put you on Front Street, but I'm gonna include myself in it. Think about young Reggie. I'm thinking about young Andre, to where, we met a young woman who was, who enjoyed your flavor, who, was damn near addicted to your flavor or what you were putting down. And then you add sex into it. Think about that, and think about how men carry that. Most young men at that time, or most men, when they see that, you're in a point where in your life, let me backtrack. You're in a point in your life where you're like, you know what? I don't want the headache.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just one man. I'm a man that says I don't want the headache.
Right.
If you put 10 men in a room, how many are going to say that, as opposed to saying, oh, I can make this motherfucker do whatever I want to do.
Right.
And when I'm done with it,
So I think she has access, have access to men on a level that, the access of women that we have is different. On a all-time, well, not an all-time scale, but on a consistent scale. Her access, the access of men that she has to, is different than the access we have to. You know what I'm saying?
What makes it? That's what I'm saying. But that, in my opinion, it makes it more dangerous.
It makes it more dangerous, but that's why the 35, I was like, I don't know. But I mean, it could be, but it makes it more dangerous. But I think the more dangerous part on that scale is because, you know, she could be a hopeless romantic. And guess what? I met this ball player and he sold me on a dream to blah, 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 you know? So it's easy for her to fall into that trap because guess what? This nigga was giving me, you know, showing me the world, bought me bags, rings,
okay.
Blah, 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 blah. And
on top of her being a helpless romantic, because because I know women or women right now that have access to plenty of ball players.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like this woman is cold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cold. I mean the total package. Cold. Mm-hmm. You know, I watched her pick a guy that was, it just so happens she's the same age as Brittany Renner.
Okay.
Mind you, I watched her say, I want this man for who he is. Mm-hmm. And the minute that he, you know, was trying to play her like she was a sucker, I watched her tell a well-known NFL player, well-known, I mean top tier NFL player, that she wanted to shop. This man sent her $5,000. Mm. And she has no reason to lie to me. This man ain't never touched her. Mm. So the point I'm making is that that's not everything for everybody.
Right.
Now, has she been exposed to that type of shit? Yes. Did she see and I'm you know, I'm not saying I'm team, you know, Brittany Renner, but what I am saying is I'm team human. Mm-hmm. And I understand, and I feel like I have a good grip on how women operate. Okay. From a man's standpoint, on what I do. So
you got to put that out there because
right.
I'm not be like, well, how the fuck Dre know?
How did you know? Yeah. Right. Right. So but based on my experiences and what I've been through and what I know in trial and error, you know, I feel like I have a good grip on women. Mm-hmm. The point that I'm making is that you mix how women are, and then you add in what she's been exposed to. You have a person that's confused, brother. That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, so I kind of always felt like she was kind of confused, just looking at the whole PJ Washington thing, because it just seemed like you can use a hopeless romantic thing. Like she was out, like she didn't really know what she wanted, and it was like her looking for it, her experimenting things. Because PJ Washington is a lot younger than her. She was documented as you know, saying what hide your sons. She was people were saying she was grooming college kids when she was a full-grown adult, you know. And so I mean, who knows? But that's interesting. I'm gonna check it out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not against her. I just found that part of it interesting, that people were more talking about the body count than her saying she slept with 3 men in less than a 24 or 18-hour time period and got a yeast infection from it. I'm like, well, you know, fuck the body count. Like, what the fuck we got going on right here? But you know, that was the I guess it was selective outrage over the body count, because that's a big thing that has been the conversation of, a big topic in our culture, along with who's paying what bill or whatever else, is like a body count, which once again, I'll reiterate from 2 weeks ago. I don't care about that motherfucking body count. Like, don't, because I'm not going to ask anyway.
Yeah, I'm a bet on B.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, you asked me, I'm not. I can't tell you. I can't give you a definite answer. But once we start talking ballpark, it might be like, oh my god, like hold on, nigga. Right? I mean, we talked about it, right?
Yeah, so, right.
We had that comment. Somebody said, we was not. It ain't the fact that we are scared to tell our real body count. I don't give a fuck. I don't like. It ain't gonna change shit. What's going on with me? Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and count on my fingers because I don't know. Like, I'll miss it. Like, shit, I can go on Facebook and be like, oh shit, I left such and such out. Or you look at your IG, you be like, oh fuck, homegirl from 04, blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this, nigga, we've been fucking for a while.
Facts.
So it is what it is. I mean, I don't give a fuck.
Facts.
That's why I don't ask, because I don't care. Like, because unless you got a journal and you document the shit, you're gonna lie anyway. Not unless you just like been counting the shit. Because I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna lie because I don't know. I can give you a roundabout.
Yeah, you can give a plus or minus, like we said before.
Yeah, plus or minus. I'm gonna give I don't know.
Yeah, plus or minus.
Yeah, listen, I can tell you it's more than it's more than this, it's less than that. And if you don't like the answer, then you don't like it. So we good. Because how are you going to really know if she's telling you the truth or not? She can tell you 6. More likely, you're not going to believe it. But you're just going to be like, okay, cool. You can't, I mean, you don't know if it's true or not unless y'all just laying down one day and she be like, oh yeah, da. You like, hold on now, that's 8 niggas. She done said, she told me 6 last week. Like, hold on now. So I don't give a fuck. Fuck them numbers, them stats, your body count. Fuck about that shit. Right. No, they saying Tupac. They saying Diddy put a hit out on Tupac.
Bro.
They said Diddy put the hit out on him. What was that nigga named? Keefy D?
It's some shit like, I don't know the nigga name. Keefy. I don't. Yeah, that's what they saying. This nigga, did you hear the record? This nigga is singing the blues. So these songs pop.
Listen, and the whole thing with like Mace not knowing, but Mace not knowing, but Mace knowing, like, hold on now, that name is familiar. You saw that shit? Like,
I ain't see that.
It's on him and Cam's podcast, and they bought the name up, and Mace was like, that name sound familiar, and then they started joking, like, yeah, we talking about blah 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 blah, and then Mace was like, no, for real, let me stop, like, hold on, like, that name sounds familiar. I don't know who it is, but that name sounds familiar. They was like, yeah, it sounds familiar because blah 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 blah, and they kept joking, and Mace was like, no, let me stop y'all, like, I'm for real, like, I don't know who that is, but that name sounds familiar, like, right. And then it was like, yeah, he used to be around. He was like, oh, like, blah, blah, so like everybody putting 2 and 2 together, like, okay, he was in the, and then they showing pictures like of him around Mace, him around Diddy and everything else. Like, so, like, I don't know.
Man. Listen, I mean, we know Brother Love. Brother Love got a nice bag.
A nice bag. And Jay said it, like, you can get a motherfucker, like, motherfucker come up missing and not for the right amount of money, you don't know nothing.
He got a nice bag, and let's just hope that if anything comes of this, I don't know if it will, but if anything comes of this, bro, that he has the right legal team, man, and with all this shit coming about, like, I just find it so hard to believe that this dude, you know, has been on these podcasts or whatever the fuck, these interviews, and he's spilling the beans like how he is. Like, that's wild. Like, what do you think? What, nigga?
And doing roundabouts, innuendos for the last 27 years.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's do you think anything will come from this?
Man, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think about is how, you know, it would be if his statement should be fully exploited. They should be, because you would do it in any other, you know, investigation.
True.
You gotta look into it.
Yeah, 100%.
We got professionals for that. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, dog.
100%. Before we get off this Diddy album, what's your thoughts on it?
It's not a bad album, though. I think I feel like it's not something that I'm just gonna necessarily, you know, play in my truck and shit. But if you're trying to, you know, have a little vibe or whatever, and you're trying to set the vibe, or, you know, whatever, it's complete out. Sure.
Yeah, I have a song that I will listen to. Well, I say 2 or 3 that I might play in my car, but I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I think the whole thing, I can listen to it without skipping it. I mean, it is a vibe. If I have a woman passenger riding with me, that is something I can put on. I feel like I can just play, let that be background music while we ride and talk. So yeah, I'm that's my thoughts on it too. I'm with you on that. Tia Mowry. So we talked about this months ago. She got divorced. I think we had a whole conversation on this. It was actually a topic of outgrowing your partner or your spouse, right? And that was one of the main reasons why she filed for divorce. She felt like she had outgrew the relationship, and that was it. She outgrew the relationship, so she was she wanted to get a divorce. She felt like, I guess, their purpose or whatever had been completed, if you believe in those type things.
Okay.
So recently, as of this past week, she says, since her divorce, dating has been exhausting because men don't court women anymore. When I was dating Corey, who is her ex, it was beautiful. It was amazing. It was wonderful. Men are now just looking at women as objects.
Men are now looking at women as objects.
Right. That was her statement.
I feel like a vast majority of men in their life, in some way, shape, or form, and sometime in their life, they look at women as objects. I'm not saying it's right, but that's the thing. Like,
women look at men as objects.
Yes, motherfucker. Yeah.
So what are we talking about? But go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, she didn't say anything that we didn't already know. Maybe she thought that her husband or ex-husband was in a place where he looked past that, and maybe he didn't, or maybe he didn't make her feel like he did. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is she didn't tell me nothing I didn't already know.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
You start dating this woman, right? And she tells you, you know, well, and you just so happen to ask her about her last relationship. She said, okay, I was married for 12 years. But you know, I got divorced because I felt like I outgrew the relationship. You know, I just outgrew him in the relationship. It wasn't nothing bad about him. He didn't do anything bad. I just outgrew him. So what comes to your mind?
I just outgrew him.
Yeah. Are you more likely to take her more serious when she tells you that, or are you like to say, or are you gonna say, well, I don't like, this might just be something to fuck on. We just gonna be fucking.
I don't know what you mean by that statement. Go ahead.
Well, because as a man, if you tell a woman, like, yeah, I left her alone because I outgrew the relationship. It wasn't whatever. You might be looked at like you just wanted, like, you wanted some new pussy. Right? Maybe not. But I don't know. For me, if I'm looking at the situation and the woman's telling me that, you know, she deaded a marriage of 12 years because she felt like she outgrew it or whatever else, I'm like, it might be somebody that I'm a little less inclined to take serious.
You talking about the next man?
Her.
Well, why? I mean,
Well, if it's me, I might be, until I'm shown different, I might be a little less inclined to take her as serious as I probably would take, you know, another woman.
That's what I'm saying. You as the next man, or right. You as
me as the next man, because I might feel like, you know, you might have commitment, well, long-term commitment issues if I'm looking for long-term. Because my stance on marriage is if I'm gonna get in a relationship, then I'm like so me theoretically, if I say like my next marriage is going to be my last marriage, like this is it. It ain't no more after this. Me and this girl, we rocking out, we forever. That's what it's going to be. Now, a woman that's telling me that, yeah, my last nigga, like I just like wasn't nothing wrong with him. We was good. I just felt like I had to end the relationship because I felt like, you know, I outgrew the relationship.
Okay.
So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this probably gonna be something to fuck on because she ain't looking for nothing like serious or permanent that's gonna last because of the history.
Maybe, but also too, if you bet on yourself, you ain't worried about that. It's something that you think about, but if you bet on yourself, you're not really thinking about that.
True. But the only thing I can go off is history. I mean, and like you, I'm gonna always bet on myself. But I also look at the history and that pattern, the patterns that you have. If you know, if it's a pattern of whatever, you know, I'm not like. Of course, if I'm with a woman and she tells me like every relationship we talk about in her past is ended up with her, you know, fucking on another nigga's homeboy, then of course I'm betting on myself, but I'm like, okay, hold on now. You got a strong history of, you know, fucking on your nigga's homeboy. Like I need to take this into account to be like, okay, hold on. This
okay.
Might not be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Even though like I love you, you my nigga, but I'm like, hold on now. My girl like to fuck on my like my girl like to fuck on her niggas homeboys. Like she got a history of that. Like nothing against Dre, but I might need to watch her because I know my nigga Dre. I know how. I'm not gonna say. Well, I'm not saying like that. That's your type that you get down. But if that's something that's in her DNA that she do before, you ain't no slouch nigga. So if you know. Around you, she might be a little less inclined. She might be more inclined to be like, let me, you know, his homeboy, all right, let me see what the fuck he talking about.
Right.
And you might shoot it down, you know, but.
Well, I'm going to shoot it down.
Yeah, but I need to figure out like what the fuck going on with her and why she always finds herself in that position to where she fucking on her niggas homeboys. Which could be a bad because anybody ain't gonna tell you that because if I was in my bunch of my relationships ended on me fucking on my girl's homegirls, I'm not gonna tell nobody that shit. But
hell no.
But you know,
hell no.
But so if I meet this woman and she tells me, you know, and I'm looking for something long term, somebody like I'm like, well, I'm tired of, like we talked before earlier. I'm like, listen, I'm ready to get out the streets. I'm looking for a relationship, somebody I can settle down with. And this woman is telling me, yeah, my last relationship ended because, he didn't do nothing wrong. I just outgrew him. I had to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, you know how we are over women, relationships. Somebody that we really fuck with and we love. And when we realize that shit is over and we trying to fight for this shit, like that shit is painful. We talked about it. Like, so I think that shit comes up in my mind and I'm like, I don't know. Like, this might not be, this might be something a little fun to, fuck off on, have fun with, but long term, this probably ain't the one.
Right.
So for her having this experience, since she's divorced her husband, dating is exhausted because men don't court women anymore. Well, you're in a different time era. Like, yeah, duh. Like, but niggas know your history too. You Tia Mowry, you pretty as fuck, but guess what? You ain't exempt.
Yeah.
You're not exempt.
Yeah. No, she's not exempt. I think when you're in that light, man, I think the issue is like finding someone that's going to not be intimidated or not feel like they gotta win you with their pockets as opposed to their heart.
True.
So that's the big thing for her. She's, like you said, she's in a different. She is she a human being? Yes, but let's be real. Her lifestyle is different from ours.
Absolutely. And listen, yeah. Good luck to her. I don't know what she thought, what she expected or thought. I mean, I could have told her that dating is exhausting. Like it's just a whole bunch of shit. Like, I don't know what she thought. I'll tell anybody, if you got a motherfucker that ain't fucked up and they ain't fucking up, you might want to hold on to that motherfucker. I'll tell you that, man or woman. Because I'm not gonna say it's rare, but like just to find somebody that like and be on the same page with them enough to get married and like be with them 12 years, shit. Ooh. Me, I can't see myself letting nothing go after 12 years, and I can say like, listen, this person, they ain't did nothing. Like, they didn't fuck around on me, they ain't put their hands on me, they didn't, like, she didn't belittle me, she didn't this, she didn't that. I just can't be with her no more. I feel like I've outgrown her. Like, that's like, nigga, we gonna have to just rock out, man. I think that's a little more harder to find than whatever. I don't know what she's looking for, but I mean, like I said, good luck to her. Whatever she wanted. Yeah. Hey, Tia, have fun with it. Date, and I don't know. Whatever. Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett. I don't know, man. Like, I can't feel sorry for Will no more. I don't know what's going on. So as of the last day or two, she put out that her and Will Smith had actually been separated since 2016. Made a promise that there will never be a reason for them to get a divorce, so they work through whatever. I gotta listen. I don't know what I could say about Will or to Will. I don't know. But me, for one, I can't be nobody's punching bag. But I can't condone. I mean, I can't knock him for, I guess. I asked on Facebook today, I'm like, listen, because y'all say men should not match the energy of women. If Will Smith was to match that energy, would y'all, I mean, what would y'all say about him? And, I got more inboxes than people commenting on. People was like, I wouldn't think he was wrong, which I think Will Smith back has been kicked in enough. Nigga, I would have been said something.
Man, he's definitely taking
the. You ain't about to play with me like that. Like that. Like that's on another level. Like here and there. Like, but I'm pretty sure you're well aware. Like Will Smith has been the ass of much of her whatever she had going on, whatever she wanted to divulge from the relationship and just situations.
Right.
Like I don't know, man. And even with that, so after that, I guess more into the interview, she told people that Chris Rock asked her out when he found out that her and Will Smith was not, I guess, actively living with each other or in a relationship, I guess, or married, whatever. She said he called me and basically he was like, "I'd love to take you out." She said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, you know, everyone's saying that you and Will are getting a divorce." And she said, "No." And then she said there was just rumors. Chris Rock said, "Okay, well, I'm sorry, I apologize." And that was it.
Shooter's gonna shoot.
Shooter's gonna shoot. I don't even know why that's news to put out there. I mean, but that in itself is a whole nother ball of wax. But just in general, the information that comes out that she keeps, like Will Smith is not telling us nothing.
Right.
If he started to tell his whole side of everything, we might look at Jada in a different light. We might not. We don't know what he would say, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the public will say Will Smith would get called a lot of names.
Yeah.
Because nigga, you want to tell this, you want to tell that. That's a woman. A man shouldn't, whatever else. But this nigga has been kicked like to the fullest.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't.
Well, he's taking the high road, man. Salute to him and protecting whatever it is that he's trying to protect, and you can't be mad at that.
No. So every time you turn around, your lady's talking to your friends or whoever about shit y'all got going on, posting shit on social media. What's Dre's thoughts on that?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm with you.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm with you. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more to come out from probably even some sound bites. And this was a one-on-one talk with I don't know who, because I didn't look that much into it. I just saw a whole bunch of shit coming out on it. But anyway, fuck it. Let's get to some shit that we like to talk about. So I want to talk about Cole.
Okay.
Kendrick.
Okay.
And Drake.
Oh shit. Okay, juggernauts. Okay.
And cool. I guess this is coming off the heels of the Cole features and of course the Drake album.
Okay.
Before we get in that, what are your thoughts on this Drake album?
For me, I'm not going to say it was a bad album. I'm going to say it's okay. I feel like the Drake that hip hop enthusiasts yearn for is gone.
Right. Okay.
And I've accepted it, and I accepted it a while ago. I probably accepted it 2 albums ago. So for what it is, as far as good music and as far as what he does, and I feel like it's just so, his albums are so contradictory to me.
Okay.
Because and here's why, because like based on what he shows on social media and shit, like, you know, this Drake, you know what I'm saying? This is Heartbreak Drake, you know what I'm saying? Or well, they don't even call him Heartbreak Drake anymore. But this is the boy, or whatever the fuck they call him. But on his albums, he's always he is talking about how basically he got fucked over.
Right. And I was just about to say that shit.
And I'm like, if you are him, how is it that you keep on getting fucked over in these songs?
Right. Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Me neither.
So that's that on that. But I'm not gonna say it's a bad album. You know what I mean? Like the music is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just confusing.
Very confusing. I'll agree with you. I think it's probably 4, 5, maybe 6 songs that I really like, or that I like. 23 songs. That's not the ratio. Ain't y'all do the math. 23 songs, 6 songs out of 23 for me. So it's not a bad album. For me this is low on the totem pole for Drake albums for me.
Right. I saw that I saw you mentioned that.
Yeah, it's low on the totem pole as far as his albums. But the contradictory, very, very, very contradictory. And the sound is not what I would particularly look for out of a Drake album, because like you said, that guy is probably gone, left us.
Yeah.
We might not even be his demo no more. Which he probably won't say that, but I mean, the music will tell you that. As far as some of the music,
yeah, for sure.
I'm confused on the some of the features leave me confused. Some of the like executive produced by Kevin Durant, which confuses me. Even
Katie's is a Drake stan, so
he is, but even when 2 Chainz album was executive produced by LeBron, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, let's I love music just like LeBron, Katie love music. Let's let the music people do this, which is not a bad thing. I mean, they can EP anything they want to. They got the money. Fuck it, why not? But a lot of the sounds, a lot of the ideas, I just didn't get. Some of the features, I didn't really understand that Sexy Red feature, but I understand the song, because guess what? I think that song will play in strip clubs and will go off in a lot of clubs. I think that song's going to appeal. By far, my favorite is the first person shooter. I like 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Even though I text you about it, asked you about it. I've listened to it more. It's a little more simplistic, but it'll do. There's some songs, but so to get into it, this Drake that we have now, we have Kendrick, we have Cole. My ears don't hear numbers really. I like when I talk music, and when you talk music to people, when people start talking about record sales and this and that, like that don't mean a lot to me, because there's like Vanilla Ice broke records,
right?
These record sale numbers, so that I can listen to a Ransom, someone that we really like, we revere, we talk about him, and say that you know what, it ain't too many people fucking with Ransom, but I'll tell XYZ about Ransom and they be like, that nigga's washed up. He has been, like, who the fuck is that? We had this. I actually I'll use this analogy. It's probably about a month ago when the Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion song came out, Bongo.
Okay, yeah.
And it was it was 2 girls sitting next to me, and they homeboy, and they was talking about, oh yeah, Joe Budden said this song was terrible, the lyrics was blah 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 blah. Like, who the fuck is he to talk about these lyrics? And I'm like, the nigga's well qualified to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Joe Budden ain't never did nothing. He got one song that's all right, blah blah blah. I'm like, listen, if anybody can talk hip hop,
it's Joe Budden.
Is Joe Budden. I don't give a fuck what y'all want to say about, like, oh, he only got one song. Oh no, I like he don't put it down like her song, but that's about, like, he only got, no, this nigga can talk music. that the bongo song was terrible. I didn't like it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like the numbers and the music. It to me is more to it than that to me. As far as in this Drake album, of course, it came out. He did his reviews. He didn't even shit on that album. Like, he shitted on Views. Then Views ended up to be one of his favorite albums. But, you know, that was the worldwide thing going on this weekend with his review of this album.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even touch that. It is what it is. So what is your question as far as these?
Out of these three, I feel like this guy from Fayetteville, North Carolina has cemented himself as he don't have the of course he don't have the record sales as Drake and Kendrick, but I think he is the better
MC.
I think he's a better musician. Well, I'm not gonna say that because Drake is oh my God, the nigga can do it on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to putting words on that paper,
okay, you think Cole is better than Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
I think this guy is, yeah, he is, yeah. I've heard him on a record with Kendrick, and it didn't look good.
Okay. So
now I've heard him on another song with Drake. I've heard him on 2 songs with Drake.
Right. So with that, I'm going to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to agree with you. I think, you know, we all have different ears, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we all appreciate music in different ways.
Right.
And the way you appreciate music is going to be different from the next person. Hell, the way you appreciate music in some ways is different from the way I appreciate certain things. Right? Mm-hmm. It is what it is. But I'll agree with you on that. No question.
Yeah. Like I said, I was listening to his Features Day. How do you feel about that secret recipe verse?
I liked it. I feel like you could have. I mean, Yachty is a talented guy. I think Yachty needs to stick to being behind the scenes and writing raps. Mm-hmm. Right.
You segue in great. You segue in great.
As opposed to, you know, him being on the forefront of it, because I just can't feel what he's talking about. It is what it is. But then again, it's probably not for a 38-year-old man with 2 kids and that lives, you know, on the East Coast. So I mean, I don't know. Mm-hmm. What is he from? Minnesota or some shit?
I was just about to ask you that. I
think it's Minnesota or some shit like that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What about the first person shooter verse?
From Drake?
Yeah. No, Cole.
I mean, from Cole? Yeah, I loved it. I feel like he heard it. It's so funny that he was I don't know when he did that. I don't know.
It sounds recent.
It does sound recent. Just based on him addressing what he addressed as far as like, hey, you know, you got who you just. If I want to say your name, I'll say your name.
And I'm glad you said that. I hate to cut you off real quick. I'm glad you said that because most people, when they listen, they don't have ears to understand that shit. Like that, this is like that shit could have been put out 2 or 3 days before this album came out because of what he addressed. And also Drake said, I'm about to break Michael Jackson's record. So, but go ahead.
Yeah. So with that being said, like I enjoyed it. I think he rolled out on the verse.
Eddie dance on it for what?
Yeah. You know, people always, I'm never the guy that says, oh, he killed this dude on his own song. I'm never that guy. I think I think from an artistry standpoint, I know that there are artists that do view it that way, but I'm not listening my ears aren't accustomed to that. I'm listening to whatever it is that this person wants to say for however many amount of bars that he wants to spit out. I don't care who killed who. I don't give a shit. It's about how it resonates to me.
I'm with you, but I can also say that I feel like I'm not biased on that because I feel like that was it Under the Sun on the Dreamville when they had a baby on it.
Okay.
I felt like the baby put all them niggas to shame.
Crush it.
And Cole
JID did too though.
Yeah.
JID cut up.
Yeah. And on Cole's last album, I felt like 21 on that My Life song, but there's just me. But I felt like since then, Cole was like, okay. And this is as of now, like, listen, I'm not about to get on a song with another motherfucker and they
be better than me.
Right. And that's what happened. But so to go further, and I'm glad you said that about Yachty. This is a great segue. So Yachty he said something about in kind of in that song he was saying how he's being disrespected and how his fingers and hands is all over hip hop right now and people not realizing it or giving him his respect for it. I can kind of agree on that because of the sound and what is dominating hip hop right now. Your City Girls, your Sexy Red, your Glorilla, your blah 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 blah. And when you look at who writing their lyrics is Yachty.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, I can't take nothing away from him. Because the sound right now that's dominating is Yachty, if he's writing them lyrics for them.
Right.
My son asked the question. He said, why are lyricists like Drake, J. Cole doing music with Lil Yachty? I'm confused. Are they co-signing him or what? Is he supposed to be like this generations like lyricists? Why are these generations like lyricists stars collaborating with people that can't even rap like Yachty? That's been happening forever. My favorite is Jada Kiss. He's been on records with niggas I felt like he shouldn't have made a song with.
Agreed.
Jay-Z the same. I mean, I think it happens. I don't know. I feel like even you and I, like, we can't be gatekeepers. And I feel like, I have ingratiated myself into more being more open-minded into listening to different music that, I normally might not listen to. Like, I listen to a lot of shit that you probably would be like, what the fuck you listen to that? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you gotta give this shit a try.
Maybe you'd be surprised.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but even and you probably could say the same thing. But I'm like, I feel like you have to give a lot of these things a try because there's music out there like that I hear and I'm like, damn, the fuck. Like, imagine me seeing Yachty and J. Cole. I'm like, Yachty, let me not listen to it. But the song wasn't that bad. Or somebody there's plenty of features or plenty of songs. I found a fucking Mac Miller song 2-3 days ago that I love. I've never really listened to Mac Miller.
And I know how you feel about Mac Miller but I beg to differ on that. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
And that's what I mean as far as in gatekeepers, because like a lot of us, I have I'll go back to when J. Cole did the Dreamville Fest. I was sending out the link to everybody, like, listen, on blah 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 blah. The link is streaming Dreamville Fest. People was tuning in, like, nigga, why the fuck you tell me about this shit? It's motherfucking such and such performing right now. JID, who the fuck is that? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, nigga, like these motherfuckers, like, come on now, like, who are y'all looking for? Y'all looking for the Busta Rhymes, the Jay-Z's, the Ja Rule? Like, we gotta get past that shit. These niggas, like, these motherfuckers is over.
Yeah, so
it's 2023. Like, if you wanna, like, I'm as much as I love listening to early 2000s, 90s, like it's only so much of that I can listen to or I'm going to listen to right now. It's a lot of people right now. 21 Savage is probably he's grown on me a lot. He's probably one of my favorites right now.
Okay.
But a lot of the gatekeepers are like, a lot of homegirls I know that are older, 30, 37, 38, 39, 40 and over. Like, why was like what if I play that shit? They're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's weird to me.
Right.
Young Nudie. There's a couple songs I'll listen to.
Yeah, I fuck with Nudie as well.
Moneybag.
Yeah, you know what? I don't. It just all depends on what mood I'm in. You know what I mean? Like I don't even. People base a lot off of what they're giving in the media. You know what I'm saying? I still, when you got motherfuckers like, Freddie Gibbs that does what he does. You listen to Freddie, I listen to Freddie, but a lot of people look at him as a bozo. You know what I mean? And and I still feel strongly about what Conway will do to anyone.
Right.
Yeah. But still, but then again, I'm a guy that likes the Texas sound, right? So I'm very, very tapped into their music. I fuck with it. So it just all depends, man. Like you said, not being a gatekeeper and not having that old mindset of, well, I'm gonna listen to who I know, or if these young niggas don't got nothing to say, because they do.
They absolutely do. And a lot of this brought a lot of things in perspective. The whole when Drake said Joe Budden was a washed up has been or nobody. A lot of that brought a failed rapper. I'm sorry, that's what he said. That brought a lot of things. That brought a lot of things in the perspective, because if we're gonna call him a failed rapper, then we might as well call 99.6% of right or wrong.
When it boils down to I hear you. I think that goes back. Drake is talking simply about numbers, because he's not talking about content.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because even some of our favorite, like if we want to say Styles, me and you know what Styles do, how tough Styles is. We might as well say he's a failed rapper. We could say there's so many. You Freddie Gibbs. We can say some of our favorites. But
Agreed.
Guess what? A lot of these niggas would not invite them on a song to fuck with them like that, or know what they getting into. You know what I'm saying? Or even their favorite might be their favorite, i.e., regardless of what Drake say, is documented him saying one of his favorites is Joe Budden. He patterned himself. He wanted to be like a Joe Budden.
Right.
So what are we talking about? That's why, like, when we had these conversations, the numbers definitely don't move me.
I get it.
But let's switch up. We're gonna talk about dating outside of your norms real quick. As a man, how much would you say you dated outside of your norm?
Dated?
What you would normally fuck with, like, you know what I'm saying? Your go-to likes.
Dated? Like, yeah. Dated as in it was something to do, or dated as in I want to see where this thing could go, because there's a difference.
See where this thing could go. I'm tired of whatever I need to try something different.
I haven't done it much.
Really? Oh, well,
nope.
much. Okay, much.
Nope.
The times that you did, damn, because I don't know. Oh, okay. So the times that you did, where did it go? I mean, obviously you're not married, and it did, but I mean, what was it? Was it something that could have went further, but it didn't for whatever reasons?
Well, I think
maybe amicably y'all ended, and you like, this is somebody I still fuck with.
I think I learned. I think ultimately I learned. I don't think there's one type of woman that I'm into for sure. I don't think so. I think there's certain characteristics that I look for in a woman that I don't stray away from. But I've tried against the grain, and the times that I've tried to go against the grain for obvious reasons, or obviously the women on around today, I can say that I learned, bro.
I got one. What about the diamond in the rough? That it wasn't that something that you normally do, but you looked at it and you just saw it, like wasn't nobody fucking with it, but you saw something in it. You was like, you know what? All this motherfucking need is a little whatever. And next thing you know, y'all fucking with each other, and niggas wasn't fucking with it before. They wasn't even noticing it. But now Dre fucking with it.
Yeah, that's happened.
Now she on the radar.
That's happened to me before. I'm not gonna give myself the credit, but I'm just, but that has happened to me.
Yeah. I mean, because she is who she is. I mean, it may have just been, like.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's happened to me before for sure. But yeah, when it comes down to the diamond in the rough type of ordeal, I think in the past that I have explored the diamond in the rough, if you will. I have for sure, because everybody looks, well, not everybody, but you would think that, hey, if you're dealing with someone, yeah, you want them to have everything that you want everything that you want. However, you probably look at a woman, and our, when it comes down to us, you look at a woman and say, hey, well, what can I do to make her life better, or make her, or help her blossom? So yeah, I've definitely done that.
Nigga, I'm not gonna lie to you. On like deployments or like little short missions, like I used to make my living on diamond in the rough.
Well,
because most of the time I felt like I was getting there and motherfuckers was already like found somebody, booed up, like it was like already like, and I'm just like, okay, well, who would, where is the motherfuckers that ain't nobody fucking with? Like ain't nobody laying up with, ain't nobody like creeping with at nights doing all the other shit, because you know how shit goes on deployments, and I've always found one, maybe two.
Well, that's why I asked you there's a difference in what you're asking me, because if we're talking about somebody that if we're talking about on some physical shit, something I just want to take down, as opposed to I'm talking about from a standpoint of a diamond in the rough that I want to see where it goes. Not a diamond in the rough as, oh, ain't nobody, she don't got a lot of mileage on her, so I'm gonna take her down and I'm gonna make her mine. That's why I asked what I asked.
Okay. Got you.
Because there's a difference.
but I mean, but so honestly, on those rotations, deployments, whatever you want to call them, sometimes like, because I remember when I did 12 in Kuwait. Yeah, I think one of them ended up being probably the whole time. Like, and we probably, I mean, had shit ended up differently, we probably would have ended up, probably getting married or whatever. I don't know, but shit just ended up different. But yeah, I mean, I've found a couple that ended up kind of being long term, I guess, for lack of better words. But yeah,
you had more that wasn't long term as opposed to have been long term, though, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a difference.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Man, listen. Oh my God, it's so much shit I want to talk about on this podcast that I really don't want to talk about, because I know who listens here and who don't, and I don't want to say like no.
Well. Before we do that, we could take a time out and leave it for the next episode.
Yeah. No. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we can put it together, and we can find out ways to maneuver, move and groove, even though we are unapologetic.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It goes against the grain.
We are, but we are aware of how other people feel and everything else.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get into it one day because I'm like we share some of the same experiences. I know you got some. I know we can. It's a conversation we can definitely have because, and we can get an apologetic truth after this. Like I just think back, like just some of that military time and some of the deployments and being here and being there. Like, oh my God, nigga, the dog that I was. Oh my God. Jeez.
Of course. Of course.
Oh. I was because when I was saying it, like, just imagine like some of the baddest motherfuckers that like that's just like you see when you're on deployment, and it's like you might ask around or something. Like, oh man, ain't nobody fucking with that. Like, yeah, she ain't giving nobody a chance. And then you just think to yourself, like, all right,
right.
And next thing you know, but anyway, next thing you know, but we'll move because you know what I'm saying. But
I do.
So these are some questions I had actually. Somebody was like, "Listen, you can use these as unapologetic truths." All right. So someone said, this is what's being said for men when they cheat, sex is they cheat mentally first, not mentally, but mentally or physically. It's worse when women cheat emotionally, but overall, which one would you be more inclined to forgive? Someone that cheated physically or emotionally as a woman?
Me being a man, which one would I take?
Yeah. If your woman cheated physically or emotionally, which one would you be more inclined to forgive?
The mentally for sure.
Well,
because we
hold on.
I mean, the
physically or emotionally? Yeah.
You asked me what I would forgive.
Oh, my bad. Well, I had to switch up because I think I don't know. This is the way they wrote this shit. But
so
if she cheated physically or emotionally?
Yeah, I'm going to say emotionally, because men are creatures of touch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we are. Like, so at the end of the day, I'm never going to know how, unless you tell me.
Right.
I'm never going to know how deep it, emotionally you were invested in this person. But if you let this person smack cheek, I know what that look like.
Interesting thing, because I say the same thing, and she told me that the woman can cheat physically and still be yours, but once she cheats emotionally, it's a wrap.
Maybe so. I don't know. I'm not a woman, dog.
Yeah, me neither. But I found that interesting. I was like,
it's very interesting. Very.
Listeners, let us know. Give us comments, because I definitely want to know. That's a good question to ask. I'm gonna ask somebody else that. A woman. But she said, she was like, listen, like physically, like she could still be yours. Like, if because it might just been, she could have been upset. It could have been get back, and it could have been no emotions in it. It's just get back. But if she emotionally cheated with this guy, she was doing XYZ, she found whatever, she's gone. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Interesting. We get this thrown in our face a lot. Women be like, well, I gave you some pussy or whatever else. But as a man, do you feel that sex is an equal exchange?
As a man, do I feel like sex is an equal exchange as well?
Yep. Well, just in general, because so a woman would tell you like, I gave you some pussy. Like, you gonna do me like this after we fucked, blah blah blah. Like, women will put pussy on a higher pedestal than dick.
Right. Well, yeah, like I don't when you say even exchange, it's nowhere that's gonna be even. It's gonna be an even exchange because, like you just answered the question, like we view it differently, right? We view it differently, and it goes back to what I just said earlier about us being, physical creatures. I mean, we humans are physical creatures, but I think men don't take sex. They don't hold sex as sacred as women do. And we've already talked on prior episodes about, our internal organs as opposed to external organs when it comes to a man and a woman. So that may have something to do with it. I don't know, but it will never be a fair exchange or even exchange because, like you said, they view it in a different light.
That might be a contradiction on my point because I like if my lady gave it up, yeah, I'm feeling some kind of way. But I'm also one not to say that, if she was to tell me like, well, how you gonna do that to me? I'll let you, I gave you some pussy, I let you. I'm like, I gave you got some dick out of it too. Like I'm not going, I don't put it on a higher pedestal than dick. That's
right. You don't. Society does.
Yeah. Of course, society do. But that goes back to the whole body count thing too, though. Yeah, because they'll feel like, that pussy worn out, but that dick done had 100 motherfuckers riding it, so it ain't. But it's yeah. That's probably a contradiction on me. Have you ever walked away from a relationship while you were still in love with the person? Whoa.
Great question.
I first read that. Ooh.
Have I ever walked away from a relationship while I was still in love? I don't know about in love, but loved them very, very much. Yes.
That's a good answer.
I don't know about in love, but definitely loved them a shit ton. Yes.
I guess I could say I love the person the same as you. In love, I don't know because once you get to that point to where you can be like, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. It's over. Fuck it. That probably means you're not in love no more then, right? You can have love for the person, you love them, but you're just not in love. All right, so yeah, I guess that's the same then. I guess that's the same. All right, so that's the same for me because I think I've got to that point to where hell, in my marriage, and I want to say 2, maybe 3 other relationships as well. So yeah, maybe, probably, yeah, same thing. It is just something that someone asked me. They said someone was a friend was just venting to them, said they're going through some things. They asked, how could I help you out? You need anything from me? And the person said, honestly, just pray for me. I probably can use that more than anything. And they said, well, I'm not the religious type person. I don't pray. I do other things. So if someone asks you that and you're not the person that pray, how can you help them then if you don't pray?
I mean, you could simply ask them another way that they can help you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if that's not your thing, that's not your thing. Yeah. That's all you can do.
That's a tough. because I would think that if someone told, like, I don't know how I don't know what else they could do for me. If I told them the only thing they could do for me is pray, you know, that's the main thing. If they asked me, well, if they told me that, then I wouldn't know.
Right. I mean, I don't know what that other thing would be, but
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, fuck, man. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's get the fuck up out of here, dog.
Yes, sir.
Let's get out of here.
Shit. You already know what's going on with me, man. Shout out to you, big dog, for keeping this thing afloat, man. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to the great state of North Carolina. Shout out to my support system and my babies and our listeners who have still been rocking and have been patient, who've been on this ride with us for as long as it's been. And as always, mental health is real. Myself and Reggie, we may not be subject matter experts when it comes down to it, but I can assure you, before you harm yourself or you harm others, please tap into Unapologetic Pod on Facebook and or IG, or our individual Facebooks and or IG, and I can assure you we will get you the help that you need. Other than that, big dog, you already know what's going on with me. Different toilet, same shit.
Absolutely. I appreciate you too. I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer. I just want to shout out everybody that like Dre said, that rock with us and that support us, and everybody, my family, my babies, everybody that just, tunes in and listens to us. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week to give y'all some more great content. Probably linking up this weekend. We'll probably have some moments to talk about or whatever. We'll see. But as always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. Y'all know who it is. Dre, Reg. We are out of here. Unapologetic the podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.